Colorado. We are live here at the Colorado Social Ball Arena. It is late night at ball, and the fans are charged up, as was Tim Hardaway. The Nuggets trailed all night. Well, I shouldn't say all night. They led after the first quarter, but it was all Utah from there. And it looked like Utah was going to steal one here in the Mile High City. They led by 13 with about 6.5 to play. And then what happened? What did you notice? What did the Nuggets change outside of just becoming more energetic on the defensive end?
Yeah, look, Utah is a tough team to have to handle given how they play. Stylistically, the way they play that 5-out offense, a lot of screening, a lot of tricky stuff on the perimeter, frees up shooters, frees up cutters, frees up guys to get it to the rim. And it took the Nuggets 3.5 quarters basically to get that sorted out in a way that started to generate missed shots for the Utah Jazz. And look, I think playing a team like this is very, very beneficial because
unless you lose.
Well, but even if you lost, because Nuggets are going to the playoffs. Like, it's not like they're not going to the playoffs. But even if you lose, you understand that there are certain actions that your defense has to start to really get corralled. And they weren't able to really do that for the most part until the fourth quarter. So, this is very good to learn it in a win, but learn it nonetheless.
Well, the number I point to, the Nuggets usually dominate the paint. They gave up 84 points in the paint tonight to 46. That is, that is rough. However, when the game was on the line, they closed on a 28-9 run. 28-9. They only gave up 9 points in the last 6.5. Thank goodness for Tim Hardaway Jr., Jamal Murray. How about Cam Johnson, who missed a couple threes, and then he got some good looks late and made them late. This one right here gave them the lead for good. Jamal followed that up. That's the final bucket of the game. And that's how you come back and win a game that looked like it was going to get away from you.
Yeah, so if I had to boil the Nuggets win down to a type of shot, it would be the three-point shot. I mean, in the fourth,
they made 19 of them.
Yeah, they made 19 of them. And in the fourth quarter, they made 8. And in fact, the Utah Jazz outshot them percentage-wise in the fourth quarter. But when you're making as many three-point shots as the Nuggets made, it didn't matter in the end, and some free throws as well. But the three-point shot was really huge for them today because the discrepancy in the paint could lead you to really lose a game like that. But you made up for that discrepancy in the paint by really separating it out. I believe they outscored Utah 57-27 from the three-point line. So that evened things up. And then obviously in the fourth quarter,
MC outlined the 5 best games for Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic as a duo, the top 5 in their careers. I don't know, dude. You might want to make room for this one because take a look at these numbers. Joker, another ho-hum triple-double. Jamal, meanwhile, goes 31 points, 14 assists. He led the team in dimes tonight.
Yeah, and it was right off the top. He had the one where it was it wasn't full court, but it was a wraparound, I think it was to CB maybe.
It was to Christian Brown.
And you just knew right off the top that, okay, vision is on for Jamal Murray. He had 10 assists immediately, it felt like. And look, Jamal has been doing this from a playmaking and scoring standpoint all season long. He will be an all-NBA player. I promise you that. And so he has done this again. And Nikola Jokic, wow, it's just amazing. Yeah, I love this. I love this every single time I see it. It's really, but yeah, we've been blessed to watch them both. There's no doubt about that. One of the greatest duos ever, the greatest duo in a Nuggets uniform ever.
Nikola Jokic, again, turnovers were an issue because Utah forced him into things. But at the end of the game, everything seemed to click.
Yeah, and there was, like, Utah, there was a lot of double teaming on the move when he caught it early in the game. And then late in the game, they tried a little bit more fronting him as well. We heard Will Hardy, the last time these two teams played, the Nuggets only beat them by 3. And Will Hardy, he basically said in the post-game press conference, if you have an idea of how to slow down Nikola Jokic, please let me know because I don't know how how we're going to be able to get it done. They threw a lot of different looks at him. By the end of the game, there's that pass. By the end of the game, he had it all sorted out, and he was able to not just play make, but then to score as well.
Well, they got to play Utah again next week at Utah.
Right.
And these ain't no gimmies.
No, these are not gimmies.
These ain't no gimmies. All right, what do we have to give away tonight? It looks like we have the special trading card brought to you by Replay Sports Card. It's in its case. We'll figure out a way to give that away tonight here for the good crowd at Colorado Social when we come back. Head coach David Adelman, his thoughts on tonight's win. 5 in a row for the Nuggets. And by Replay Sports Cards. They are your source for trading cards here in Denver. Visit their store in the Stanley Marketplace to find your next great card. As a matter of fact, what I have in my hand here is this Nikola Jokic card that you can get at Replay Sports. And it's in its little package here. We're going to give this away to our first free throw maker of the night. Are you boys ready to do this?
Get a feel of the ball. Let's get everybody a feel of the ball. Pass it back.
Here's our free throw line. You just got to make a bucket.
Spongy. Yeah,
first one to make a bucket. It's a light ball. Here we go. Aim for the backboard. It's the easiest way. All right, let's go, Christopher.
There you go.
Whoever makes it first gets the trading card. And then we'll hear from Coach Adelman. Good try, good try. All right, next up. Come on, my man. Come on. Got a defender in front of you. Oh, you're saving the bobblehead. All right, good try. It looks easier. It looks a lot easier, doesn't it? All right. Come on, concentrate. Oh, top of the roof. Top of the roof. You got this?
Sir.
Come on. Show it to me. For the trading card.
Yeah.
Yeah, come here. That's how you do. Yeah. Come on.
That's
how you do it right here. That's all yours, buddy. Thanks for playing. Let's go downstairs.
All right.
Coach Adelman, you want to just shoot for the heck of it? Go ahead. Just shoot for the heck of it. Last shot, just for the heck of it. The man won the card. He's going to shoot. Oh! Good try, my man. Good try. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Let's go downstairs. Coach's comments.
From there in the third quarter. Just what were you trying to get across to everyone?
Energy, communication, care factor, much higher, which it got to. But yeah, we struggled to find a rhythm tonight. So it was one of those NBA games. They happen where it just seems like everything was going the opposite way for us. They ran it down our throats. We weren't getting back. And I thought guys reacted to not making shots early in the game. When you do that, you put yourself up against it, and you have to understand you have to sit down and guard to get yourself back into it, which we did in the fourth quarter much better after a horrific third quarter and second quarter defensively. We made enough plays to win the game, and at this point in the season, it is what it is. I just walked out of there. Brooklyn's down 2 in LA. I mean, this is the NBA. Crazy things happen. So very, very pleased that we found a way to win the game, but a lot of things to clean up. We get together again.
What is the message? Because you got Golden State coming up on Sunday. What will be the message not to get into this kind of a funk again?
Yeah, I just think that our energy from the beginning of the game has got to be better. We've had a lot of slow starts as of late. Obviously, we're very talented offensively. We can always make a run and get back in games, but we shouldn't have to work our way into every game. You have to come with more purpose to start the game. I thought we were switching off the ball and our physicality was completely lacking, which led to back cuts, layups, which is the way they play right now with the group that they have. And when you talk about that stuff and then you don't go execute it, you give that team confidence, and I thought they got confidence early in the game. And as you know, these guys that play in the NBA, professional basketball players, guys get hot and guys make plays. And the game was close enough where Ace Bailey made some really tough shots late. But that was our doing, because of the way we started the game, our mentality of how we played. So it's got to be much better Sunday. We know that, and I want to give Utah a lot of credit. They played super hard, and they played extremely fast, and it just wasn't good enough on our end.
Jamal's now the team leader and made threes in a single season. I asked you this before, but what do you think has gone into his improved three-point shooting, and what role do you think that's playing in the best offense in the NBA?
Yeah, it's just, when teams go small like they do, like tonight, they cross match, and his ability to play behind the pick off the dribble with Nikola in the two-man game on the side, especially on the side pick and roll, and just the work he's put in, the ability to step back off both hands and make threes is such a big deal. Certain guys can do it with one hand. They have to manipulate the play to get to their left or their right, and he's got to the point where it doesn't matter which side he goes to. Not to mention the transition threes. The off-the-bounce stuff it's unbelievable. And I said it in there to the team, we have to start understanding what kind of season he's having. Like, he had 31 on 17 shots, and he had 14 assists in this game. That's all NBA, all-star, all-level player. In a game where we needed everything, because it was a really tough night for our team. It's such a weapon to have a guy that can make threes in all situations, not just a specialist that can make it in certain situations. And that's what makes him really special. So I wish I didn't have to play him 40 minutes in this game, but that's what we needed to find a way to score more points than them.
Tim Hardaway, plus 25 in 28 minutes. I'm not sure you win this game without him. I thought he really got you going in the fourth quarter. Talk about how he played.
Yeah, and I think he was 0 for at the half, which says a lot about Tim's mentality. He doesn't make a shot in the first half. I didn't think he had his legs yet. And he found his rhythm in the second half. Yeah, to your point, plus 25, made huge shots. Sometimes the biggest shots of the game are the ones that keep you in the game. They got up 12, 14. Seemed like every time they did, he'd make a three. At that key moment to give yourself a little bit of confidence that, hey, this game is still there. We can still make a run at this. And then late, obviously, Jamal and Cam made those enormous shots with Yoke going to work down there, from the nail. So, yeah, Tim... Seems like every game like this that we win, where we struggle a little bit, it seems like it's always Tim. He gets hot, puts us in a good situation to try to find a way to win. He's just been so good all season long.
All right, Nuggets fans, here's the deal. If the Nuggets hit more than 15 threes in a game, 15 or more, you win from your local King Soopers tomorrow. You score a free 28-ounce low-sugar Gatorade. All you have to do is scan that QR code to redeem your Gatorade. You just heard from the coach. He talked about the man, Tim Hardaway Jr. He had 5 of them tonight. He's going to join us right here on our set. You are watching Nuggets Postgame Live.